how have you seen just how technology has helped evolve storytelling from your perspective?
Well, you know, if we go right back to the beginning and to Lord of the Rings, the essential thing that was discovered on that was that Peter Jackson had this idea that, you know, up to that point, visual effects were imagined. They were imagined by other actors, you know, in real, you know, shooting on live sets. So they had to imagine that there was a dragon there, or you know, a threatening beast, or whatever it was. And Peter Jackson did not want the actors playing Sam and Frodo in Lord of the Rings to have to imagine what Gollum was doing. So he wanted to have an actor on set play that character. And then performance capture, or as it was called in those days, motion capture, was beginning to kind of emerge as a tool. But that was the sort of the main tipping point was this moment where we suddenly went from a visual effect becoming real character. And that was having an actor play the role. So I would go and shoot on set with my fellow actors on live sets and live locations, but I'd always have to go back and repeat the plates, the empty plate. We'd shoot both with the actors, and then we'd have empty plates shot. I'd have to go then back and populate those empty plates using motion capture on my own in the studio. The significant changes over the course of the next 17 years were such that when I went back to work on King Kong, we started to use facial capture. So I had 130 markers stuck to my face, but it was still in a controlled environment. It was still in a motion capture stage. Then in between those films, we started working on Tintin, and at the same time Avatar was happening, and at that time it freed up the actors to work in the volume, wearing head-mounted cameras so that you're fully free to move in 360 degrees whilst you're being captured. And then the next big shift in technology was taking all of that and then placing it on a live action film set so that you didn't have to ever go back and repeat it, that we could capture everything in the moment. So acting opposite your live action actors, which I'd always done but had to repeat it, this now we had the technology to put the performance capture cameras in the same room as real film cameras and lighting, and get the whole thing all in one hit. So that was the sort of the progression.
Are you still blown away by any of the evolutions that have happened? Maybe things that are like, I didn't think this could happen, or is it kind of happened how you thought it would?
I mean, the essence of it hasn't changed hugely, but what has changed is the artistry that goes with it, the software, the engineering that and the rendering, and all of that makes it feel more photoreal. But also the artistry, in the sense that I've now been working with that team for over the course of 17 years. So they fully understand what it is to honour the actor's performance and to try and emulate it exactly. And through all the new software that's been, and code that's been written to make it look photoreal, then you've got to actually, you know, because what the director is working with in the cut is the performance that he's shot on the day. So my face will live in the cut for months and months and months. When they come to make Caesar's face work, there is this artistry of bringing, you know, Caesar's face, putting it next to mine, and going, well, okay, the first pass animation shows, you know, what Andy's doing is he's being angry, but there's some vulnerability there, but we were only seeing the anger there. So there's literally 120 iterations per shot until you're exactly matching the authored performance by the actor. And when you see those shots start to come through, you know, those have improved dramatically over the last, you know, certainly throughout the course of making these 3 movies.